fact that you can do all this stuff in a stock truck from the factory blows my mind.
Dude, best ride ever. Best ride ever, dude.
It's so much more fun if you're in a stock truck. I think that makes you such a better driver, and I think a lot of people lose sight of that. And also, just don't be afraid to use your truck in every stage of its life, and you're really gonna be surprised at how capable your car is. Waiting on 35s, I'm not gonna go wheel with you guys until that's done. Dude, just go on your 33s. It doesn't matter. Hot take, there's a ton of people that suck at driving and they just build Instagram builds and look cool and get parts on the internet and don't know how to drive. 10 out of 10 times I'm out on a trail, I will see a basically stock 4x4. You're up here and you probably spent $1,000 on those mods. And here I am, I spent 100,000. We're doing the same thing. If you want to keep it basic and really just live the life and get out there as quick as possible and as cheap as possible, dude, throw in some tires and some rock sliders. Stupid capable out of the box. I'm not even talking specifically a Toyota, but like a 4-wheel drive vehicle is crazy capable just to get out there and explore safely on some trails. And the list is gonna be, I was on a roll. Yo, what's up guys? Thanks so much for checking out the video. I really appreciate it. Today, we're gonna talk about some basic things to do to your 4-wheel drive just to get out there if you've never done this before. But don't click off the video if you're a really experienced driver or whatever, you're used to this whole off-roading deal, because this will apply to you as well. It applies to me. I feel like I have quite a bit of experience as well. So I've just found out some stuff. I've had some recent learnings and I just wanna get on here and just talk for a minute. I'm gonna put up some B-roll clips that kind of correspond with what I'm saying. This whole video was inspired by the trip I just finished with Toyota. By the way, if you haven't seen that video, please go check that out. First of all, it was nuts just to be with Toyota, but we led trails with them. They invited us to this entire experience. It was insane. Please go watch that if you haven't. The more views I get on those videos, obviously it's gonna show that I create value to Toyota and potentially give me some more chances to do stuff like that again. So I would highly appreciate that. You can check in the description or up here somewhere to watch that video. Or share it. Actually, sharing it is really important too. From that trip, we basically led Toyota down some of our local trails in the Ozarks. And I was absolutely blown away that these stock vehicles did the trail flawlessly, perfectly, the same as our shop truck with 37s. And it just got me thinking, it's just like less is more. And I know we all have a tendency, I'm the worst offender of this, to want to get everything, you know, long travel, big old tires, high clearance, everything. And all that obviously has a time and place. But I just want to talk to those people that maybe are intimidated to like try this whole thing, or if you think that you have to have your rig totally done to go out with a group or anything like that, please don't think that. I used to be that way of like, you know, once I get my rear bumper, then I'll go out with you guys. Or no, don't, that's so dumb. Because also when you're out there in like a pretty much stock truck and you do the same trails, it's more impressive and it's cooler. So just take that and run with it. So yeah, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about stock vehicles and some super minor upgrades you can do to basically make a 4-wheel drive be able to drive, you know, 80-90% of most trails out there. Not the crazy ones, right? But like pretty moderate trails. So yeah, this whole thing opened up my eyes to stock vehicles and what they can do. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Toyota, it can be any kind of 4-wheel drive vehicle. First thing we'll talk about, let's just talk about stock vehicles because they're incredibly impressive actually. Especially if there's a little bit of an edge of like a package, right? Like an off-road centric package, like a TRD Off-Road or a TRD Pro, or like the Pro 4X, you know, I don't know all the other ones that are outside of Toyota. Those, you gotta think, those are really engineered, heavily years of testing from the manufacturer. So they're putting in all this R&D, they're doing off-road courses. Arguably, I would say Toyota is the best, a little biased, but knowing what I know about Toyota and like hanging out with them and learning all this intel, I'm more and more impressed of what they can do from the factory. I think I do have a clip from a Toyota Jamboree of us riding in a TRD Pro Tacoma just absolutely sending it, drifting around corners, jumping through the air.
Oh my God! Dude,
You got a great job, man.
dude,
How was that, boys?
dude,
that was
best
awesome.
ride ever, best ride ever, dude.
The fact that you can do all this stuff in a stock truck from the factory blows my mind, because we spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars doing that to make our trucks capable, voiding the warranty, all that kind of stuff, when you can just buy it straight like that off the dealership floor. A lot of this got me thinking, and don't think I'm gonna, like, you know, strip all the parts off my Tacoma and stuff, and no way, because it looks too good. Stock vehicles, dude, they're incredibly impressive. What I learned on this trip is basically if you knock some air out of the tires, I mean, that does a ton for the vehicle. It keeps it stable, it keeps the traction where it needs to go. And a lot of these systems, like I said, that are kind of off-road centric, have a nice package with them. They'll have crawl control, they'll have a locker, they'll have you know, sway bar disconnect, stuff like that. It's very impressive. While they don't have like the cool articulation and big tires and stuff like that, they still do get down the trail, which is crazy impressive. Don't underestimate stock vehicles, stock 4x4 centric vehicles. I'm not talking like a stock Honda Fit, right? Like, it's gotta be a 4x4. And also, just don't be afraid to use your truck in every stage of its life. There's so many people, myself included, I learned this, but that's why I'm making this video, is to shed that light on this and to you guys, is don't wait for you to be like the next stage. You know, like, oh, I don't know, I'm waiting on 35s. I'm not gonna go wheel with you guys until that's done. Dude, just go on your 33s. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You got people with you, you're gonna have fun, and you're really gonna be surprised at how capable your car is. The other thing is, I think it makes you a better driver. If you start off-roading in a vehicle that has 40s on it and long travel and all this stuff, well, yeah, my grandma could do that trail in that truck. Like, it's fun and it's cool to look at, but like, the skill arguably is kind of taken out when you're going absolutely nuts on your build. Like my truck, for instance, like, anybody could drive that and do a bunch of hard trails because it's made for that. But it's so much more fun if you're in a stock truck and you really have to think about it. You have to pick your line. I think that makes you such a better driver, and I think a lot of people lose sight of that. I also think, hot take, that there's a ton of people that suck at driving and they just build Instagram builds and look cool and get parts on the internet and, yeah, don't know how to drive. Next thing I want to talk about is the kind of bare essentials I think you should do. So let's say you're into off-roading, you know you're going to do this, you've taken it out stock before, you've seen how capable it is, but you want a little bit more. Real quick, I want to tell you guys about a promo Onyx Off-Road is running for July 4th. The discount code is going to be July 4th 50, and that is for 50% off of a membership. Killer savings. If you've ever been interested in the app, now's the time to really jump on it, explore all the features. Speaking of features, there's a brand new one to the dispersed camping layer. So if you're familiar with the app, just turn on the dispersed camping layer and now you're going to see BLM land. That's huge, super awesome, especially if you're going out west, if you're planning trips out there, whatever, camp trips, wheeling trips. Basically, you're going to get visibility to where you can and can't camp. So you're going to be legal the whole time. In addition to the National Forest data that's already on there, BLM land is now on there too. So pretty much full coverage of where you should and shouldn't be in the US. It's killer. Even if you want to get like super remote, plan some Baja trips, stuff in Canada, there's stuff for that as well. So keep that in mind. Yeah, guys, check out the promo. 50% off is killer. Highly recommend it. I do have a discount code of 20%, but don't use it. Use the 51 because I'd rather you save some dollars. So do that. If you're late to the video and it expired, maybe 20%. That'd be cool. It'd help me out, help the channel out. Anyway, we'll get back to talking about stock trucks and how they're sweet later. I think the bare essentials are some nice tires, some rock sliders. I would argue, I don't know if you need a winch. I don't know, that's a crazy hot take. I don't know if you do. It depends on your terrain. It depends if you're going into something like crazy thick mud and you know it's a real possibility to actually get stuck, then sure. Or at the very minimum, bring a buddy with a tow strap and some basic recovery gear. I will tell you confidently that a nice set of tires and rock sliders will get you most places. Your fuel economy is going to be better, keeping it stockish. Like, there's a whole laundry list of pros with keeping your vehicle mildly stock, right? The serviceability, it came like that from the factory, right? So you're just gonna put factory parts back on if they wear out over time. The other thing is when you start compounding all these modifications on your truck, like you get bigger tires, oh, that affects your suspension. You get new suspension, that affects yada, yada, yada. You get a rooftop tent and now you gotta redo your suspension because it's heavier and it's this whole crazy can of worms. I love chasing that personally, look at the truck, but I'm just telling you guys, if you want to keep it basic and really just live the life and get out there as quick as possible and as cheap as possible, dude, throw in some tires and some rock sliders. And I say sliders because that is the most expensive place on your truck to repair, that rocker panel. If it gets into your doors at all, that absolutely sucks. Then you're repairing your door. Front and rear bumper, if you crack the front and rear bumper, it's not that big of a deal. First of all, it's not going to affect your vehicle. You're going to be able to drive home. The other thing is, it is a good excuse to buy a bumper at that point because it's actually justified now. Like I said, bare essentials, sliders, and tires. Speaking again to tires, a all-terrain tire probably for 90% of people is going to be the best. If you just slightly oversize it, like 1 or 2 sizes bigger, then you might be able to get away with minimal to no rubbing. And that's kind of the sweet spot. You know, maybe some 285s on a Toyota, you know, with some 16-inch wheels that come with it will get you by, man. So just think about that. And I know, again, like you might not be like proud of your build because it's not a build, right? It's just kind of some parts on it at that point, but it'll be cheaper, it'll be easier for you to get out. And the serviceability, like I said, you can take it to a dealership. Your warranty isn't voided on certain things when you're like going, you know, past the point of no return, and it'll drive really good. It'll have great handling characteristics, good MPG. There's a whole laundry list of good things that'll happen with that. Again, I know I'm the world's worst example of this, but I didn't know that starting. And to be honest, if I started a new build, I would keep it pretty basic at first, because I do this for a living, quote unquote. So I do have to represent new parts and new things that come in and showcase them. However, if I'm just like a regular dude and I'm trying to get a truck, trying to get into something new, dude, I would seriously just slap on some tires, maybe save up for some wheels one day, because wheels are completely just a, you know, visual deal. That and some sliders, man, that'll get you seriously everywhere. And then just figure out your camping situation, you know, figure out if it's a ground tent or rooftop tent or whatnot. Yeah, super random video. I don't know if you guys like these or not, but it's top of mind, it's super fresh. Like I said, I was just kind of inspired from that Toyota trip to tell you guys some of my findings, because I think this whole culture of overlanding is super cliquey. It's super like prestigious. Oh, he has portals. Oh, he has whatever. And it's like, dude, if you're out here, that's cool. Cooler than most people, right? If you're out here on the trail doing stuff, that's cool. The other thing too, that's really funny, is whatever trail, man, Colorado, you know, around here in Ozarks, doesn't matter. Almost 10 out of 10 times I'm out on a trail, I will see a basically stock 4x4 or a 4x4 that's got like some all-terrains on it. And I'm like, you're up here and you probably spent, you know, $1,000 on those mods. And here I am, I spent 100,000 and we're doing the same thing. So it's a little bit of a reality check. Then again, I'm not dogging people that like to customize their stuff. I mean, again, for the billionth time, I'm the same person. So yeah, I don't know, if you have a buddy that's like maybe just trying to get into this or new to this, maybe send this to him or something, or encourage him to just set some, you know, put some tires on it and let's go. I don't want you to build this crazy drawer system and take 6 months and it's an excuse after excuse of trying to get you out. No, just go, load up your car and get out there and rip. I think that's about it. I don't know what else to say. I feel like I'm definitely on a soapbox right now, totally rambling. If you made it this far, I don't know, thank you, appreciate that. Just get out there, man, don't overthink it. It's too easy. These Toyotas, these new vehicles, like, they are rigorously tested off-road. I truly believe like the engineers know what they're doing, because I do want to say, like, I have more insight into Toyota than most people because of just this one trip and the days and days I had talking to one of the PR guys, Adam. Being around Toyota corporate, you know, you can just see the level they operate, and that translates into their vehicles. Hopefully this was like sort of entertaining or educational for you guys. Thanks for putting up with me rambling. I really appreciate it. Happy 4th of July. Happy middle of the year. Crazy. We're already halfway through. Appreciate you guys so much. Thanks again, man. We'll see y'all later in the next one. Peace.